Dietrich Bonhoeffer, social activist. 1. Dietrich Bonhoeffer was born in Germany in 1906. His parents were Christians and taught him to love God's Word and God's values. At an early age, Dietrich decided to be a theologian. He was a brilliant student and received a Ph.D. in theology from the University of Berlin at the age of 21. After his studies, he taught theology, wrote several books, and later became a pastor. 2. During this time, Adolf Hitler became the leader of Germany. His Nazi party brought many changes to German society. Hitler blamed the Jews for all the problems that Germany was having. Therefore, he made policies against the Jewish people and their businesses. During the next several years, millions of Jews were put in prison and killed. Christians responded to these policies in various ways. Many Christians chose to act as if nothing bad was happening. A few Christians risked their lives to save the Jews and to stop Hitler's government. 3. Bonhoeffer believed that Hitler's policies were not good. He also understood that Christians who acted against Hitler were in danger. Therefore, he left Germany and went to New York where he would be safe. But after 1 month, he knew he had made a mistake. He needed to return to Germany and fight for justice. He explained that he went back to Germany to share the trials of this time with my people. 4. In Germany, Bonhoeffer worked with the underground resistance. The term underground means that the group acted in a secret way. It resisted, or opposed, the government. This group helped Jews leave Germany. Later he also joined a group of people plotting to kill Hitler. Even though Bonhoeffer was a pacifist, someone who opposes war and violence, he felt that it was his Christian duty to resist the extreme evil that Hitler represented. This is how he explained his actions. If I see a madman driving a car into a group of innocent bystanders, then I can't, as a Christian, simply wait for the catastrophe and then comfort the wounded and bury the dead. I must try to wrestle the steering wheel out of the hands of the driver. Bonhoeffer realized that the violence and murder that Hitler was bringing to Germany had to be stopped. He was willing to give up safety and comfort, even his life, in order to save people and stop Hitler. 5. Bonhoeffer had been a member of the Lutheran Church, but he became dissatisfied with Lutheran theology. He believed that the Church should be more active in society. He left the traditional Lutheran Church and became one of the founders of the Confessing Church in Germany. This church combined social action with biblical principles. It opposed the Nazi government and called for other churches to resist Hitler's treatment of the Jews. The Confessing Church was a small church movement, but it spoke clearly against the evil actions of the Nazi government. In 1935 Bonhoeffer started an underground seminary for the Confessing Church pastors. 2 years later the seminary was closed by the Nazis and 27 of the students were put in prison. 6. While Bonhoeffer was active in speaking out against social injustice, he knew that he was in a dangerous position. When government tries to act like God, what is the Christian to do? In his book, The Cost of Discipleship, Bonhoeffer calls for Christian practical obedience. He writes that a man is only free to become a child of God when he lives out biblical values. It is more important to obey God than man's government. It is more important to follow godly principles than to live in safety and comfort. When Christians truly follow Christ, there will be a cost. There will be a sacrifice. 7. In time the Nazis limited Bonhoeffer's activities. First he was forbidden to lecture at the University of Berlin. Then the Confessing Church Seminary was closed. Later he was forbidden to print or publish. During this time he continued his involvement with the underground resistance, helping Jews escape Germany. In 1943 Bonhoeffer was arrested for helping a small group of Jews over the German border into the safety of Switzerland. He spent the next year and a half in a prison in Berlin. 8. During his time in prison he continued using his gifts as pastor. He supported the other prisoners with spiritual encouragement. He even spoke to the prison guards about spiritual principles. In 1945 Hitler discovered that Bonhoeffer had been part of the plan to kill him. 2 months later, Hitler ordered Dietrich Bonhoeffer to be hanged. Those who witnessed his hanging said that before he left the prison, he knelt in prayer to the Lord. His devotion and strong conviction as a man of prayer was seen by many. 9. Bonhoeffer died at the age of 39. His writings and the example of his life and death continue to help Christians who want to be faithful to the gospel in cultures that often go against God's principles.